Hello. I have been making these gorgeous table centerpieces today. Ta-da! Aren't they beautiful? And I thought I'd show you how to make one, which I will do. To start with, I'm going to show you how I get the vase ready. This is a trick that you can use in any vase. It's a little bit time consuming, but it's worth it. It's instead of floral foam. It works instead of chicken wire. I'm going to do this as a separate video because it is boring. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it, obviously. But I've got here some florist tape. It's kind of like gaffer tape, but it's clear and it's good and sticky. And I can't tear it, that's any irritation. I make a grid on the top, like so, and I don't worry about it being neat or measuring the lengths or anything like that. Then in the opposite direction, oh, don't cut your finger. Over. We're all familiar with the concept of a grid. So it looks like that. And then, where's the end of my tape? You can use ordinary sticky tape. Household tape is fine. Then I go around the edge to just secure it, because the weight of all those flowers, once you get them in, oh you silly thing, can be quite hefty. So we want this to be nice. We want the tape to be nice and secure. Do it with a dry vase. Don't put any water in first, because the sticky tape won't stick to the wet vase. Then I fold it all over. So it's got the grid and then the edge, and the edge that also goes over the lip. And then the fiddly bit is, because we don't want to see all these bits of tape. I mean, there's only so much your edges can be covered up by foliage and flowers. I peel them all up and cut them off. And as I said, it's a little bit time consuming, but I reckon if you want things to look really nice, it's worth that little bit of extra effort. I like using this method instead of chicken wire. And I always prefer anything that isn't floral foam, because, you know, we know the damage that it does to the environment. It's not sustainable. You can't, a lot of stems, flower stems, just hate being in the foam, and their vase life is shortened when they're in them, blah, blah, blah. And so chicken wire is a good solution to hold stems in place. But I like this when we have to use delicate stems, because sometimes when you're threading things through the chicken wire, you can it can get a little, you can be fighting for space inside the vase with the wires. So this, once you've broken through the top barrier of the tape, everything below the tape line is just water. And the only other thing you have to compete with is other stems. And that's why I like to use this method. When I've got lots of the stems in these arrangements, I've got delphinium and I've got cosmos, and they're quite delicate. And I want to be able to just easily thread them through without fighting the chicken wire, without damaging those stems. And the other thing too is that I mean, the chicken wire is really good, but it's not really that sustainable either, is it? I think it's not as though you're using that chicken wire for anything else after your event or after you've made your arrangement. So there we go. So that's nice and neat. nice grid, and I'm going to make these into this pot. I'm going to do that for you now, but I'm going to do it in a separate video.